Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. I've been away for a few days. I'm just getting out of the hospital. I've been pretty ill. I'm hocked up on pain medicines now, so pardon me if I sound a little lethargic and jacked up, but that's just the way it is. Just wanted to let you know I'm still here, and I will continue to bring you timely market information so that you can make money in this wild and crazy market and world that we're living in. Right now I have the Dow. As you can see, we're at 10,418. If you remember, about a week or so ago I told you in the last video I did that I expected the Dow to get back up to this trend line, but that it would be hard pressed to try to close above it. Well, it's trying to do that now. It is still possible that the market could turn again bullish, but as of right now it's still bearish until we can get a few closes above this trend line. So that's something to watch for, and we'll be looking at that during the course of the next couple of trading days. So we'll keep our eyes open. The S&P 500 excuse me, pretty much the same picture. Going to the NASDAQ 100. As you can see, you have a little bit more validity to this move in the NASDAQ 100 because this bar is a little bit more elongated than the S&P and the Dow. So it's showing that perhaps we will get some sort of a further retracement back up to like the 1980 or even the 2000 mark in the NASDAQ 100. Looking at your tradables, this is the Dow, the diamonds for the Dow. Same scenario here. As you can see, we're up to 104.39 now. Moving into the S&P 500, the tradable is the SPY ticker symbol. As you can see now, we're trying to get up to the 112, trying to get back up to maybe 114, maybe 116 before testing the validity of the move. Looking at your cubes, QQQQ or cubes, we're at 47, possibly 48 or 49 is where this is going to try to go if we can get some legs into this. Looking at your bonds, those of you who follow the report, you know I like the longer end of the yield curve, so I look at the 20-year plus, ticker symbol TLT. We have strong resistance when we get up to par, so it's going to see if it can get back up there and try to test that. Sort of a pin flag type formation right here, so a breakout is due either up or down. I think it's going to be probably up because I think the Fed needs to keep rates low, so we'll watch that. Looking at the US dollar, the tradable, ticker symbol UUP, we're at 25.07 after topping out here on the 7th at 25.83. So 26 is in play if they can keep the dollar strong, which is what I think they want to do to try to show the world that it's still the reserve currency. They cannot afford to have this get out of favor and trade below this 23 because that's where support is right now here at 23. We break below 23 and that could be disastrous. So I think they're going to keep that up and prop it up for a while. Taking a look at oil, ticker symbol USO, and OIH. First, OIH. As you can see, crude oil is still bearish. It's hitting up against some resistance now. It's trying its best to get back up to 112 resistance, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to make it, especially if the stock market doesn't make it. Then you don't think oil is either. But the funny thing to note about the oil is that it's moving in tandem with the stock market, but just not as strong. So since big money is in oil, you would have to call the oil the smart money, and we'll say that the oil is leading the market and showing that perhaps what we're seeing in the stock indexes is not really real. So we'll keep our eye open for that. Looking at USO, same scenario here. Not, it's just not as sharp as the stock market. We need the USO to get back up to above 39 to say that perhaps this we can expect higher prices in crude in the near future. Right now it's not looking like it. Looking like that market's under control. Looking at commodities now, looking at our meats, ticker symbol MOO. Right now we're at 39.29 and we're kind of flat, hitting resistance here. I think meat's going to be under pressure. I think $40 should hold and we should get back down to test 36. Looking at grains, ticker symbol JJG. We broke out on a few gaps here. which is telling me that we can expect to pay more in the grocery store for any products that are made with wheat and corn. So right now this should be in play to get back up to 36, maybe even $40 a share. That is highly likely. I would be surprised if it doesn't make it, but over the next couple of weeks or next month or two, I expect the grains to really get nasty here to the upside. Looking at DBA, which covers pretty much everything but a little bit more concentration into the softs, you can see the same scenario here. See these gaps up bars right here at $24. 25 is definitely in play. If we can close above 25, then the sky's the limit. I think we're going to be in trouble when it comes to paying for our vegetables here soon, especially our grains and wheats and stuff. Alright, looking over at gold now, ticker symbol GLD. We're at 120.43. Resistance is at 122. We really need to close above 122. If not, you could call this like a type of a double top, which means that gold prices are set to collapse utterly, getting back down to 106 and 104 respectively. Looking at GDX, pretty much almost the same thing here, except for it has not made as much to the upside move as the GLD. Resistance is at 54. We're at 51. If we fail to close it above 54, then 46 is back into play again. We'll test support. Looking at silver, ticker symbol SLV, pretty much the same thing. We're at $18 a share. We've been consolidated for quite some time. I don't know if we're going to break out from that pattern. It depends on what gold prices do and what the stock market does. But I don't see prices going anywhere anytime soon with this. We'll watch out for 16 and we'll watch out for 19. And that'll give us some direction on where we're going to go. Looking at your real estate, ticker symbol IYR, it's bullish. It doesn't necessarily mean the real estate market is a good investment. It just means that this particular stock is trending higher. So it looks like a buying opportunity off of the bounces of the trend line test, which would have been around the $47 mark. Now it's at 52, which means 55 is now into play. So if you're long this, you're going to want to hold it and see if we can get up to 55, but definitely use some tight stops here. Looking at the semiconductors, ticker symbol SMH, we're at 28.65 right now, giving us $30 coming into play after moving from the $27 support trend line. That $27 support trend line should hold. If it does not hold, then it will test 25 and we could break down from here. We'll just have to wait and see. I really think that 30 and 31, $32 is in play when it comes to this. So we'll just have to keep our eyes open and see what happens. Lord willing, tomorrow morning I'll be able to put out a Vulcan report, depending on how much pain I'm in. Like right now, it hurts. So thanks for your support and continued support. Keep an eye out for the blog, because sometimes I don't have time to make a video, but I will post the actual printout from the Vulcan report, so you can read it. It'll have the entry points and setups and stuff, and technical analysis will be on there. So just take a look out for that when you don't see a video, okay? Anyway, be encouraged. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.